action step.
Change is won, it's not a given. If you will change, everything will change for you. Change is an action.
Welcome to More Than Motivation. Clint here at Change One. Today I want to go over a topic that's very dear to me, and that topic is inspiration. So often in our lives we speak about, I can't find the inspiration, or I'm not inspired, or I need to get inspired. Or so what is inspiration? How do we get more inspiration? How do we inspire others? These are all questions that are very valid and good questions to ask ourselves. So I started thinking about this, and I thought, man, I feel really inspired, and I want to talk about that. Why do I feel inspired? And what I realized was that for me, the busier I am, the more I'm doing, things that matter, meaningful things that bring me closer to my goals, my dreams, my desires, to my destiny, the more inspired I become as I'm doing those things. So I also have found this, that in my life, I often have people tell me that, I inspire them. And I said, what's inspiring about my life? I've heard this for years, and I've always wondered, what is inspiring? And I would ask people, how did I inspire you? And they're like, I don't know. It's just you're always busy doing something. And I thought about it, and it occurred to me, see, we're inspired by people of action, by the actions of others. And we can be inspired by our own actions. I'm inspired by my own actions, and I'm also inspired by the actions of others. Very, very seldom are we inspired just by words of people. So one of the things I'm trying to do more in the More Than Motivation videos is to share what's going on with me. I've been sharing more about the projects I'm starting to do out in North Dakota and some other things that are going on, because those are the things that will really inspire people. I've noticed that when I inspire people the most, it's when I'm speaking about what's going on in my life, that what I'm doing, and they have a light bulb going on saying, hey, I should be doing this, or I should be doing something. And so that is the essence of what inspiration is. It's seeing the action that others are taking and saying, wow, wait a second, I could do that. I should be doing that, or I have this other thing I should be doing, and if this guy's doing this, I could do this. So an interesting example I have of this is I am going out to North Dakota, so I'm working with private investors, and I called up this friend, and these two friends of mine, they're business partners, and I called the one up, and I asked him if he'd be interested in possibly investing out in this North Dakota project, and he said sure. We went over the information stuff. He said he'd think about it and get back to me. Well, the next day his business partner calls me, and he's asking me questions about some development projects and GCing the project for him and stuff out in Buffalo. And I was kind of like, well, where did this all come from? And he said, well, my partner called me the other day, and he was all ready to go, And I said, out of the blue? He said, yeah, he's ready to go. And I said, that's interesting. And so literally his partner had called him that morning. I spoke to his partner the night before, and so after I got off the phone, I started thinking about this, and I was like, wow, the conversation we had must have really inspired this guy, because he just was gung-ho. Now, again, the interesting thing is this. Does that mean that I am an inspiring person? Not really. Does that mean that you can inspire other people? Yes. Anybody can inspire anyone, but here's the key. For you got to figure out where your inspiration comes from. What's going to inspire you? A lot of people are not putting themselves in situations in which they can get that inspiration. One of those situations is, of course, tune in and watch the videos. You might not see the video every time that inspires you, but what will happen is, once in a while you'll see that video where it's just like, wow, I gotta go, I gotta do this thing, I gotta get moving. And that's what you're looking for. You can't produce inspiration like that. If you could, people would be more inspired doing things all the time, right? How many people do you know have business ideas or plans for their life or for their children or for whatever it is, for their house, that they're not doing anything with because they're lacking the inspiration? Can you increase your own inspiration? Yes. How? Put yourself in a situation in which you're around people that inspire you. Talk to them. There's people that I have that call me periodically, and I know they call me just because they want to hear what's going on that I'm doing, because it kind of inspires them to keep doing what they're doing, and that's okay. I have people that inspire me as well. So find those people. Find those people that inspire you and inspire others. When I inspire other people, it always comes back to me, because then it inspires me in turn. Like, wow, if what I'm doing inspires them that much, how much more should I be inspired? I have a friend, he just went through a tough bout with a disease, and he had to have his colon taken out. And this is one of those stories that inspires me. He worked literally on his business until the day he went into the hospital to have his surgery. And when he got out, as soon as he was able to pretty much walk, he was working again. And I mean, When I say walk, I mean like hobbling around. And to me, that's inspiring. For someone who's just got that kind of drive, who's just like, you know what, I'm going to work through this thing. Some people say, well, that's not the best idea. It might not be the best idea, but what's interesting about it is that it's inspiring because he has such a drive and such a passion to keep going, keep doing. He doesn't want to be sitting around. And that's why I say action is what inspires us, right? It's not just talk, it's doing. And so I'm trying to share more of what I'm doing as far as my project so that people can kind of understand, because words only go so far. We want to see action in life, right? So go put yourself in the situations that you can see people that are actually executing things and be one of those people. Do things because you will inspire yourself more than you know. Getting up and doing something, anything, will inspire you more than you could ever believe. Keep tuning in, find the inspiration in your life. That's how you change one.
Positive change is the result of intentional action.